Blaze.
AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, welcome back. You're back on Get Down to Business, and I'm thrilled to be joined by yet another amazing entrepreneur. I'm thrilled to be joined on the air by Patricia Aguilar, who's the president of 4-Star Branding, a Chicago-based branding and marketing firm that's beyond just the business side of things, doing some fantastic work and partnerships in the community. Patricia, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate this opportunity to share our stories with your audience.
Absolutely. And I know you've been sharing a lot of stories lately, which is awesome. So Patricia, our listeners know that I love to start with getting to know the person behind the microphone. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what 4-Star Branding is?
Yes. Well, I am a Chicago native. I grew up in Pilsen, and my whole advertising career has been in advertising and marketing, in the sales promotion and pharmaceutical. And what I decided to do after completing the Goldman Sachs 10,000 program for small businesses is to really be the voice of small businesses and nonprofits and delivering the caliber of work Fortune 500 companies receive. And I developed a program called the Branding Hub Program. And I partnered with Little Village Community Foundation and the Little Village Chamber of Commerce. And we have really, it's been a fantastic opportunity. And we've been funded by 4 major foundations here in the city of Chicago.
It's an incredible story and incredible partnerships, and we're going to get into more of it. So I love all over your website, which of course we'll share with our listeners. It's you talk about the Protect to Respect PSA campaign. So let's talk a little bit about what Protect to Respect is all about and what the campaign is. Yeah.
Well, the Protect to Respect campaign is a PSA COVID outreach multicultural campaign. This campaign was generated and I had to pivot. Our team had to pivot after COVID hit. We were working with the Street Vendor Association of Chicago, redoing their brand, and we were at the tail end of that project, and we're still working with them. They're one of our initiatives. And but because of COVID, we decided to launch a PSA campaign. And I was watching television just like millions of Americans, and the Surgeon General of the United States, Dr. Adams, spoke about how important it was for us to protect ourselves during COVID, not only to protect ourselves, but protect our loved ones. So I spoke to our team at the Little Village Community Foundation and the other partners that we have, which is 1871, IHCC, and Food Hero. So we're all in partnership under the umbrella of our 4 foundations: the Chicago Community Trust, J.P. Chase Morgan Foundation, the Coleman Foundation, and the McCormick Foundation. So they loved the campaign, and we gathered selfies because, of course, in this time, there's no budget or money for models. And of course, we couldn't because we're quarantined. So the solution was to use selfies of individuals with their masks. And then they would tell us, who are you protecting? Are you doing it for your parents, your brother, sister, your coworkers? And every Friday we launched selfies. I would send them on Instagram, Facebook, and a collage that they were part of. And it just really has taken off. It's just been very organic and grassroots. Of course, our budgets are limited, so we had to do it that way. But it is really a heartfelt campaign that's based on protecting us during this, horrific pandemic that we're going through.
Indeed, and Protect to Respect. It's a really, it's a very personal message, and of course, we'll make sure that folks can see some of the imagery, the selfies, as you said, of the campaign. And it's really inclusive, which is a fantastic message. And you talked a little bit about your partners in this effort. Patricia, you talked about the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Little Village Community Foundation, and many, many others. So let's talk about what you're seeing and hearing in the community. I know you are a minority business owner, so you understand firsthand what's going on. And wearing a mask isn't fun, but that message I know that you heard on, I believe it was on CNN, hearing from the Surgeon General, Jerome Adams, inspired you.
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about the need that existed.
Well, the need existed because, of course, in our minority communities, COVID was at the highest rate. And the reason I believe that happened is because of lack of resources and also lack of, it's not going to happen to me. And I think that now everybody has realized that it can happen to anyone of any color at any time. And the one thing that we could do that we have control over is social distancing. It was very hard in our community because we're a people, right? And to use the mask, which protects you 50% of the chance of contracting COVID. So it's a simple yet frustrating thing to put a mask on. I mean, I sometimes are like, oh, I got to put this on. But when I think about what I'm preventing, getting somebody else sick, and especially if you think about it personally, and when it's multicultural, the surnames that we create for our family members are different. So we've been targeting it according to whoever's culturally relevant to their loved ones.
It's, like I said, an incredibly inclusive message and a very, very important one. Even as we move further along, as we air this, we're going to be in phase 4 of the of Illinois' reopening plan. But that said, the need continues to exist, and I know that you have a strong call to action. We're going to squeeze in a very, very quick break, and we will continue the conversation about the Protect to Respect PSA campaign and all of the work that you're doing. We'll also talk a little bit about, I really love the name of your business, 4-Star Branding. So we'll get into the story of that as well. I'm chatting with Patricia Aguilar, again, the mastermind behind the Protect to Respect campaign. We're going to be back in just a moment on Get Down to Business.
Imagine if your most...
The answer.
Back on Get Down to Business, and I'm thrilled to continue the conversation with Patricia Aguilar from 4-Star Branding. And Patricia is an entrepreneur, a minority business executive, and you are focused, Patricia, not only on your own business, on 4-Star Branding, but you have also been the mastermind, as we've been saying, behind the Protect to Respect PSA campaign. I want to make sure, again, that our listeners understand how they can get involved in this campaign, how they can pay that message and spread that message as much as possible in your own communities.
Sure. You can take a selfie of yourself. Also, let me know or let us know who you're doing it for. And you could send that to info@4starbranding.com. And then every Friday, we collect the photos we received for the week, and we send you through a Google Drive file. So you could download the creative assets that we call them, and then you could go ahead and use them on social media. So that's pretty much the system that we've created to receive the selfies from individuals and then create these images and then send them back to you.
That's an incredible thing. And thank you for doing this, because this is truly affecting people's lives, people's businesses, which I know you know a thing or two about. So Patricia, you are partnered in this effort by several, we talked about a little bit before the break, with several foundations, including several chambers of commerce. Can you tell us a little bit about them one more time?
Oh, sure. We have the Illinois Hispanic Chamber, and they're working with workforce and also helping small businesses obtain the skills that they need for contract work. And then we have 1871. Right now, they are in the midst of launching or launched already the Tech Bridge program, and that's to help small businesses in our community to make sure they have the technical skills to advance their business. And that is all part of the Entrepreneurs of Color grant. And we have Food Hero. Javi has been incredible. He's had food drives. He's doing classes on how to teach people how to eat correctly. So at his programs, he's been on media. They've interviewed him. So we all have our special programs, but we've worked so closely together, and the funders have been really wonderful. They let us pivot our programming from what we originally had because of COVID. And that's really made a huge difference.
Well, you're doing a masterful job at spreading the word about a very, very important message. And I know you do this professionally through 4-Star Branding. So Patricia, we're running out of time, but I have to ask, what is behind the name of 4-Star Branding?
Well, 4-Star Branding was created because we have another company called Klein Creative, and that's a sports branding marketing agency. So I wanted to take those same deliverables, high end that we deliver for professional sports, to the small business community. And because we are Chicagoans true and through, the 4 stars represent 4 initiatives for small businesses: increase profit, empower the business owners, ignite them with new graphics, new identities, and promote their business. So those are the 4 pillars for 4-Star Branding, and that's how we want to deliver these services to our underprivileged business communities and nonprofits.
It's incredible, and you're doing a great job with this campaign. So, Patricia, we are out of time, and I want to make sure our listeners know where they can find out more about the Protect to Respect, as well as your business, 4-Star Branding.
Yes, 4-Star Branding. You could go to 4-Star Branding, FOUR branding.com, and you could get information about that. Go ahead and email me also at paguilar@4starbranding.com, and I would welcome any questions that anybody might have.
And take those selfies and support the spread that message. Patricia Aguilar, thank you so much for joining us and Get Down to Business, and thanks so much for all of your important work.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it greatly.
And you can always get on my website. They will link to all of our amazing guests from our lineup today. It's on my website, shalomklein.com. You can download podcasts from today's show, share it with a friend, a colleague. We've been on the air for over 6 years. So check out my website, shalomklein.com. To success, let's get down to business. We'll talk to you next Sunday right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Did you miss the open enrollment?